Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. It's a short week this week. We only have one more day. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to say, it's Mr. Dowd. How's everyone doing today? So, as I said before, we only have one more day after today, and then we're off for a week. So, let's get these my toothbrush holder finished. Just as a reminder, the last day to turn this project in is on Wednesday, so tomorrow. All right, after that, I'm not taking any extra over. Once I go away for Christmas break, I'm not going to do any grading after that. Anyways, so I left off putting this Targaryen symbol on, the three-headed dragon. It might be flipped. Is it flipped? Targaryen. Yes, it is flipped. It's supposed to be to the left-hand side. No, it didn't look right. So let's go ahead and rotate this guy. This bad Larry, as I like to say. 180 degrees. Perfect. All right. So now if I leave him on the outside, he's actually a little off, but there won't be anything to hold him up. So it'll have to build supports and then attach. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just have him actually go through this entire section right there. Control or is it shift? Yeah, shift. Shift was too much. I'm just going to have him grow or go into this. All right. And I'm going to make him slightly bigger. So remember, if you hold down shift and then you click on these, it grows in proportion. All right, that looks good. Just get them in a little bit. How's that look? Let's make them the right color red, even though it doesn't matter too much. All right, cool. So that should be able to hold itself, hopefully. Actually, let's drag this down a tiny bit. Nope, doesn't want to do that. Yeah, it's this button. Aha. Drag it down just like that. So it's in between both of those. All right, I think that'll hopefully come out good. I'll have to see in the printer software how that looks. But anyways, let's get the direwolf. So there's a direwolf. I remember I looked it up before, and I can really tell if you didn't design it yourself. You can add things in that other people did. However, I want you to have your majority of your project done yourself. If you want to add like little things that are very intricate, like this is pretty intricate, I want you to go ahead and do it, or you can copy it over, but I want the majority of your project to be done by yourself. Like this whole part of it is all done by myself. Let's copy and tinker. This might take a second. So I haven't opened up this file since yesterday. Just reload it. Copy and tinker. Oh, it must be on an older file. So when it's on an older file, it takes longer to load. But instead, I can just go ahead and download. Download as an STL file. And it's taking a second to load. It'll start downloading in a second. And I'll be able to put it right on for me once it downloads. Why is taking it so long? There we go. Now it's downloaded. So you see how it just downloads starkdirewolf.stl. So STL is what these files save as. So I guess next class I'll put the direwolf in because I'm running out of time. But all right, guys. Have a great day. One more day to go. We can do it. Bye.
Hey, today we're making Christmas cookies. So I'm gonna roll out the gel, but before I do that, I'm gonna put flour on my counter so it doesn't stick. And then I have flour in my hands. Make it into a big ball. And a rolling pin is super helpful. I'll roll it out. And this is basically what we're doing today, for those of you coming to my cooking. Just want to get a batch in the oven before we start. And then I'm going to take my cookie cutters Christmas tree, a little gingerbread, spray my pan. And I'm going to put them on the pan. That one fell apart. I'm going to cook them for about 10 minutes or until they're golden brown. Not burnt brown, just the bottoms are brown. A boot. Gingerbread. Ah, he fell off. So, the flour really helps with the non-sticking. So the rest of the dough is going to be used, I'm going to make it into a ball. I'm going to roll it out again. This is what I have going in the oven. And then I'm going to take all the dough and I'm going to make another ball. Lots of flour. More flour on my counter. And more flour on my rolling pin. And I'm gonna keep going, all right? So I will, oops. You can always put flour on again if it's sticking. Okay. So that's how you make sugar Christmas cookies. We haven't decorated them yet because they're still in the oven. So, but we will get to that when they're done.
Hey Gators, welcome back to Language and Play. So, we are working on the final stages of our animal play, okay? You guys should be writing or finishing scene 3 today with dialogue, and then we're going to talk about scene 4 as well, okay? We'll cut it down a little bit because I want to make sure you guys are done by Wednesday, okay? So we're going to do scene 3, which should be just about done, and then we're going to skip to scene 4. Scene 4 is the falling action or the resolution of your play. What the heck happens to Barry and Wally? Does Nathaniel get the medicine he needs? Is the day saved? Or has everything gone wrong? Right? Not every story has to have a happy ending. All right, so let's see what our 4 events are. We have Barry and Mom trying to get Wally out of jail. The son finally gets the medicine. Mom goes to the police and explains why they stole the medicine. And Wally is freed from jail and promises to help take care of the son. So we do have a happy ending, right? So this all works out. Whatever you decide to do for your ending, we want this play to be done by Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I'm going to do a live breakout room for anybody who wants to share their plays. All right, so we'll have a little bit of fun. So I hope everybody's doing a good job with this. Have fun, and we'll talk to you soon. Good job, Gators.
Hey guys, today we're going to be making a paper cutout of a little snowy village. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, some scissors, and a ruler. Okay, so I have two little houses and then some silhouettes of trees. That's what we're going to make. Okay, here we go. So grab your paper and a pencil and a ruler. You need that first. I'm going to go a little bit low down on my paper here, not quite in the center, a little bit lower, bottom half, and just make a horizontal line straight across. Next, I'm going to make my first tree silhouette. Just want to keep that shape simple. I'm not going to draw a lot of details inside the tree. It's just going to be a nice outline shape of the tree. Next, I'm going to have a little house. Again, I'm just going to kind of make a silhouette of the house, but I do want to make two windows in there, so two rectangle shapes. Then I have another tree. You just want to keep your drawing simple, just some nice, easy outline shapes, silhouette shapes, where it's just one solid shape. I am going to add the two windows to the houses. And I'll do one more Christmas tree shape over here. And then we'll be ready to cut with the scissors. Okay, so I have my outline shape there. And you can kind of see that I did something similar with my finished piece. So next, if you want to add color, you can add some color if you wanted to make some decorations on the trees or add a little color to the house. You can do that. I just left mine white because I feel like it kind of gives it that look of being a snowy little village. Okay, so you can add some color, a little bit of color if you wish, or not. So next you're going to use the scissors and you're going to be cutting away pretty much all the negative space behind our trees and houses. So it's like the sky area is just going to be cut away. It's the negative space. We don't need that. We're going to keep our drawn shapes and get rid of all that negative space. So you're going to go ahead and cut away all of that negative space. So anything that's not part of the shapes that we drew. So you're just going to keep on going till you cut away all of that. I have one that I already cut like all of the negative space away in the background. So next what I want to do is cut out those little windows. So when you're all done cutting out the top half of the paper, what you want to do to make those little holes for the windows in the house, which I think looks pretty neat, what I do is I just take the house and I fold the windows. I fold it in half right where the windows are. Fold those windows in half like that. So I really just bent back the roof. And then I'm going to cut very carefully, just cut where that I see that square for the window. So I cut the sides. And now I'm going to turn my scissors super carefully and just cut a teeny little bit, not too much because I don't want to cut the whole house off. There. So that's how you're going to cut the little windows. You're just going to fold the roof and hold the paper carefully, and then you're just going to cut the sides of the window, and then I'm going to cut, oops, the bottom part. So that's probably the hardest part of this. Just cutting the window so that you don't cut the whole roof off. There, I did it. So we'll go to the next one. You're going to do the same thing. So you just fold the roof like that. And it's okay if you kind of like get a little bit off of your original line. It's okay. I'm going to cut both the sides. Then I'm going to turn my paper and cut what's going to be the bottom, that I can see the bottom of the window. Cut that. Going back up to my first window that I started to cut. There. Okay, good. I didn't cut the roof off. I'm happy about that. Okay, so now I have my little silhouette trees and my little houses. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just take my paper, and don't have my tape with me right now. Thought I did. But you're just going to kind of curl the paper into a circle, and you're going to tape. You can place some clear tape right there. All right, guys? So now you have your little snowy village. And I happen to have a little little light, like a battery operated candle. So it just has that little switch and it turns on. It's just a little light. And if you have something like that, like a flashlight or just some little battery operated light, you can put it on the inside. And then if you look at this kind of in like a darker area, my room's very bright, so you're not going to notice it. But when you have that light on the inside there, it really, really looks really nice. And it gives a really interesting look to your paper cutout. And it kind of makes everything light up. So just make sure you don't put a real candle in there, because you don't want to have a little fire. So I'm just using a battery operated light. So if you happen to have something like this, or like they make those little small battery operated lights like this, you stick it in the middle and put it in the dark room, it looks really nice. Okay, guys, good luck with your paper cutout. It's a little snowy Christmas village. Can't wait to see yours.
What's up, Gators? Okay, so today's the day. This is our 50-50 challenge. 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups. Let me explain to you how it's going to go. Give you a minute, then we'll get on with the challenge. So you're going to start off with me doing 10 push-ups. Then you go to Miss Reedy and do 10 sit-ups. Back to me for 10 push-ups. Back to Miss Reedy for 10 sit-ups. We'll repeat that 5 times, 5 sets. Okay, so it's a total of 50 push-ups, a total of 50 sit-ups. And you have to be honest with your scores. Tell us how many you've done. Okay, because you're going to have to record your scores, both push-ups and sit-ups, in virtual PE. Then Miss Reedy and I are going to record them, so we can come back after the second term. We'll test you again to see if you've progressed and gotten stronger. And then at the end of the year, after the term 3, well, hopefully we'll be back in school. But if we're not, we'll do the test again to see how you've progressed throughout the year. Okay? So, for example, in the first set, if you do your 10 push-ups, then you come back in the second set and do 10 push-ups. The third set, you only do 8. The fourth set, you do 6. And the fifth set, you can only do 4. That's a total of 38. So you would record 38 push-ups. If you do all 10 sit-ups in all 5 sets, you record 50 sit-ups. Okay? Be honest. There's no reason to lie. We just want to see how you progress. Okay? Also keep in mind your push-ups. Okay? If you do a regular push-up, we're going to give you the option. Regular push-up, your base of support is your hands and your toes, and your body goes a ½ inch from the floor. Nothing can touch, all the way down, all the way up. A modified push-up is your base of support is your hands and your knees. Same motion. Body goes all the way down to the floor. Nothing touches it except for ½ inch from the floor, all the way down, all the way up. Make sure you tell us which style you did. Regular push-up or modified push-up. Okay? Take a second. Let's get going with the challenge.
watching Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.